Okay, we're back. It's been 2 months. I'm Ana,
And I'm Jane.
and we're here to talk about Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Um, I feel like I didn't really want to talk about it. Not because it was bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's a hard book to have a discuss. I don't know how to explain it, but I enjoyed it. I think had we been talking about it as we were reading it, maybe it would have been easier. But I'm kind of just going to follow your lead here because I took no notes. I made no plan. I was just
Yeah, okay. So, I'm is it a true story?
yeah, I believe it is because that's what I mean, I'm trusting the author, but
Yeah,
the
she said
author
she
said that she changed names and everything and
except for
yeah.
that one guy. What was his
Yes,
name? Richard?
Richard from
Yeah.
Texas.
Which was fitting for his
So
character, to be honest.
I think it is a true story.
Okay, interesting. Um, yeah, I don't. It's not that I didn't resonate with it because I feel like I liked parts of it,
Hmm.
but I also feel like it's not something that's really gonna stay with me. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be thinking about this. I mean, maybe.
I feel um now I did watch the movie before, so I feel like that's kind of
Yeah, I've
a,
never seen the movie.
and in the movie, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but one thing that just randomly stuck with me for no reason whatsoever is so the character David in the movie is played by James Franco, and at one point David says to her, "Don't you want to give me time to miss you?" And that is something that stuck with that stuck with me. I think I've watched that
I think
movie
he said it in the book
did he?
too.
I must have
Yeah,
missed it in the book because I was waiting for it and I didn't.
I think he said it in the book because that sounds familiar.
Okay, yeah, I that stuck with me. Now I don't know. I think as a whole it will stick with me because I was on vacation when I was reading the book. Um and I was like I think I need to do my own little eat pray love journey in
Yeah.
life and do I don't know, some soul searching or
Well,
something.
I think one of my first questions was like, do you really think this type of experience would heal you? Going to live in three different countries?
See, this is the problem. Is I think it would, but it's like with anything, like you go to rehab. When you get out of rehab, the real world is it's waiting.
Yeah.
So that's the only problem. And I really, you know how I am. I want to skip to the end of the book already and talk about talk about the end of the book because I think that that's kind of goes into this question, but I won't do it. Um, I do think it would heal you for how long is the question. That
Mm.
I thought about that too.
She also mentions numerology in the beginning. That was my first note.
Hmm.
And I was like, yes, numerology. We love this. And I thought I was going to really love the book because of that. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it because you brought up David, I feel like there is a lot of like relatability to it because even like this is skipping ahead too because we're skipping the eating part, but when she's like at that retreat place and Richard's like, how's David? How's I don't remember her husband's name. Husband? Did she ever name him?
She must, but I don't remember his name either. But I think he's insignificant.
I do think that like she did a good job with like because she's like she was saying that the divorce isn't what the book is about, and
Hmm.
she was like, I don't want to tell you this story because my story is not the whole story, and it's
Yeah,
not fair to him. And
yeah. Although maybe she was just the one who did wrong, and that's why she didn't want to talk about
well, I do think
it.
that she did feel a lot of guilt about it because she mentions that she
Yeah.
mentions like how she didn't want to have kids
Hmm.
and that was something that was so relatable, where she was like, every time she got her period, she was like, oh, thank God, another month of freedom. And I was like, ugh, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you have that feeling, you probably don't want kids.
Yeah, I would say for sure. If you're happy when you get your period, I would say for sure you don't want kids.
Oh, and another thing is when she was talking, I don't know if it was it because I've read a couple books since reading this, so I feel like, was it the therapist? Did she have a therapist in the book, or
I
was it just
feel
a
like
friend?
she did have a therapist
But
at one point because
somebody,
I was reading a book that was very similar too, and that's why I can't remember, was it
yeah,
her therapist or that person's
because I
therapist?
just finished a book where she had a therapist, so I don't know. I do mention somebody mentioned to her, like, stop talking about the fictional children that don't exist yet.
Yes, that was in this book. No, it
Yeah.
was her friend who said it though,
Okay.
because she was like, and I found that funny when she said that. I think I actually underlined it because she was like, yeah, well, if this happens, or like if you're working late or something,
She was like,
what
I
about
can't
the
bring
I
kids into
can't
a
bring
house
it.
like this.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, well, stop worrying about the fictional children that you do not have. Yeah, I think that was like super relatable because I'm always worried about
Yeah.
everything that's not even happening or
Yeah.
needed to be worried
And
about.
it actually reminded me of something my therapist said, is like, don't worry about things that haven't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, worry about things that are happening now.
Yeah. Well, I think that was like a point. Like we're going back to like, do you think that this would help you? I think that what if you can really take what you've learned and apply. I think that was a enjoy. That was kind of Italy, basically enjoy what you have right now. And um, India was don't worry about what hasn't happened. Basically, don't worry about anything, but don't worry about what hasn't happened yet. Indonesia, what was that?
Listen, I had a whole problem with that section of the book, because how are you going to go to another country not even knowing if this man wants to have you as
I
his,
thought
like,
about that and I was like,
guru
oh, she's
thing?
built different because I never would have
Yeah,
done
no,
that.
I would never do
But
that.
she wasn't, she had another place to live, right? Like, I mean, like, because like at first I'm like, oh, she's going, okay, wait, is she expecting to live with him? But then she was like, he never mentioned living with him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so she never planned on living with him, right? Like, that I wasn't clear about. Like,
No.
did you go to another country expecting this man to just let you live with him? Like,
And he was one of my favorite characters. He was so funny. He was like, yes, I'm sure we met.
yeah, yeah. I have a problem. Not a problem, but I feel like my biggest discussion comes for the end of the book too. So that little chapter of the book.
I guess let's start with Italy, though, because, like, some reason what's sticking out in my head is how she said she gained 25 pounds in
Dude,
Italy.
that was exactly what I was thinking. In my head, I was like, oh, the weight gain. Because that's what what was it? Oh, when she outgrew all of her pants. Um, I don't know. Forgot what I was gonna say. But that's funny that we were both thinking about that. What were you thinking about that?
I was just like, that's crazy. But also, she said, like, because of the divorce, like, 10 of it was, like,
Yeah,
needed.
yeah.
So, I mean, like, we're not talking about it making, I guess, a huge significance, because,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
25 pounds for
Mm-hmm.
some people versus other people, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah. My other, going back to David, was how she called it desperate love is the worst way to do it, because I feel like every time that I end up with somebody, it feels like it's desperate love. Like, even
Like
if it doesn't even start out that way.
like obsession you're talking like
Not even. It's just like you're so desperate for them to love you and for
mm,
this to be like the relationship.
mm-hmm.
Like, even if it doesn't start out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Even if the man wanted me the whole time, now suddenly I'm the.
Hmm. I don't know. I thought like I enjoyed reading this book because even though there was David, there was the husband, there was Felipe.
I don't remember that man's name.
Um, it didn't feel like a love story. Like I don't like even David. Like in the movie, I felt like you got more, but in the book, I was kind of just like, okay, you're obsessed with him, and I guess maybe he's obsessed with you.
It did
Um,
feel a little bit more like a rebound type of thing in the book.
it also felt like a very like immature love.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like
Yeah, because even my other note is he emotionally withdrew from her when he realized she wasn't as confident as he thought she was.
mhm.
And then asking the medicine man about boy troubles. This is my next one. I was like,
Relatable.
oh, relatable. This is for the girls.
Relatable.
I could be asking this man about anything, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here wondering about boy troubles.
Yeah. Mm, just a girl. How old was she again? She was 32, right?
Was she? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember. But something's telling me 32. I don't know. I wish there was one thing that I was like I really wanted to talk about, but I was laying in bed with no pen, no paper, no anything, and it was gone with the
I
wind.
wrote about how she was on antidepressants
Hmm.
and how she tried everything before going to medication. And I feel like that's relatable to me because it almost feels like I don't know if she says this in the book or if it's the other book that I was reading where they say that like medication feels like a failure.
Yeah, I think most people who are on medication or have taken it or it doesn't it doesn't feel good because it's also like is that really you then? Like because if somebody's on drugs,
Yeah.
it's not them. So I mean, yeah, the doctor is prescribing you these drugs, but it feels like, but is this me? Because I need to take this to act a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. By the time we got to her, she wasn't on them anymore,
No,
right?
I think she went like cold off them
Yeah,
when she left.
yeah. If you don't have anything else, I'll just skip to the end to
No,
my part.
I mean I have the beauty of doing nothing. I don't really know what that means. I think I
That's
just
basically
liked
what
it.
Italy was. Was that's like it was
Yeah,
just
I
like
guess yeah, because
doing whatever you want whenever you want to, and
and I feel like we don't have that very much,
no, mm-mm.
especially living.
That's why like she needed to I think do that first, and B she needed to go to India after because just doing nothing will probably heal you for a while. I mean, maybe depending on your state of mind and stuff, because that also could drive you crazy. Um,
And I also think it was a bit of doing what she wanted because she was trying to learn Italian just
yeah,
because she wanted to.
yeah. Well, because the older we get, the less we just do things just for
Yeah.
just for fun, just to do. Because it's always like, well, what's the point? What is the point of me doing this? Even me like trying to learn guitar, I'm like, well, I enjoy it, but then I'm like, but what? I'm taking time out of my day to do it for what? Nothing. But
Yeah.
as a child, it's like, oh, it's fun. I'm doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then my last note about Italy is I'm nothing but hungry reading the Italian part of this book.
I did. I was craving like pizza, and then I actually ended up eating pizza over the weekend. It got to me.
So did I.
Did you?
When I finished the book, I went and got pizza.
I haven't had pizza in I can't tell you how long, and I ended up eating it over the weekend. So this book, that like they said, the books will get in your head, TV shows will get this got in my head.
The guy though that she was learning Italian with.
Yeah, he was cute. I liked
Yeah.
all the people in Italy. Um,
I don't
uh,
remember anybody else.
what was his name? Something Spaghetti.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Um, Tony Spaghetti, or am I
No,
just
it's not
going?
Tony. I for some reason I was thinking it was like Steven Spaghetti, but that's not right either.
Donald Spaghetti?
I don't know. I thought it was something with an S. Because it was like an alliteration.
Was it?
I thought, but I don't know.
I don't know. Something spaghetti.
Ask ChatGPT.
I wonder if he knows. Let me see. I love ChatGPT.
Who was the spaghetti character in Eat, Pray,
Chat,
Love?
where are you? Who was Spaghetti? If nothing comes up, I'm gonna be so disappointed in him. Spaghetti character in Eat, Pray, Love. Giovanni Spaghetti? No, Giovanni was not the spaghetti character.
I thought that was the guy
That was the friend, yeah. Chat. No, that's that's the friend. Ah, I see what you're asking now. Sophia Lorenza Spaghetti. But wait, just kidding. Oh, it's Luca Spaghetti.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. That sounds
Oh
more
my
right.
god.
Okay.
See, I love chat. Chat said a joke. Like, for real. Chat is a part of the podcast now. Can't wait to tell our coworker tomorrow.
Well, anyways, do you have anything else to say about Italy?
No, Italy was just a good time.
Yeah.
Italy was just enjoy yourself and don't worry.
So then where'd we go next? India?
I feel like Italy was like, don't worry about the future while you're enjoying yourself. And then in India, you got to learn how to not worry about the future. You're not enjoying yourself. Even though, yeah, she was having, but there was still like work to be done, less sleep to be had. Yeah.
Yeah. My first note for India was I think I want a guru.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Not that any guru would have me. Because don't they have to pick you?
I feel like it's like a you pick each other kind of thing because she kind of picked hers.
I also think I want to meditate, learn how to meditate better.
Yeah, I was thinking about better. I can't meditate at all. I don't even like going to yoga sometimes because I know that whatever thoughts are in my mind are going to eat me alive inside there. So
you're supposed to focus on the edge.
Listen, I need to ask ChatGPT how to how to meditate
and breathe. You're supposed to focus on the edge, breathe, and
you know what I wonder?
What?
And this might be controversial. I wonder if men are better at meditating than women.
Why? Because there's no thoughts up there.
I didn't say no, but less. But less, because they say women think, I forget how many times more a day than men. And I think that that's my problem with meditating is one tiny piece of my mind is meditating. But that doesn't mean that all the other pieces are. I'm also paying attention to my breathing. I'm also worrying about, I have multiple, things going on at the same time. Whereas if I only had one, maybe then I could block it out.
How do you feel about Richard?
Richard from Texas? I like him. I mean, I think he seems like a real man.
He was so real.
But yeah, like that's the only thing I could say. But like, would I want to date Richard from Texas? No. Would Richard from Texas want to date me? No.
Kind of crazy that Richard from Texas was at this retreat.
Yeah. But I do think he was just real. Like, he just kept it real. I liked him.
This note doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because I don't remember there being a nun. There was a nun at the retreat?
I don't know why there would be a Catholic nun in that retreat. So I don't know.
This is the nun talking about guilt, how it's used for control.
Did she have a flashback or something? Because something about guilt and control is ringing a bell to me.
But it
maybe that's just because I went to Catholic school and And that's what it's reminding me of.
This whole book reminded me of my therapist, but my therapist said, because I used to have like a lot of guilt and I struggled with guilt, and she said to let the guilt go because guilt is a useless emotion that's only used to control you.
I agree, but I don't agree. Because I think some people need to feel some
Well,
guilt.
the thing is that guilt is there to tell you when you did something wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're experiencing an excessive amount of guilt,
Yeah.
like it's
See, we had different therapists because my therapist told me, well, maybe you're doing things wrong. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, you needed a different therapist.
Well, that's why I laughed.
No, because my therapist understood. She understood the assignment. She knew that I was in a pretty abusive situation, and she realized that like the guilt was being used to control me.
Yeah. No, I think I see what you're saying, and I think in some instances, yes, 100%. But I don't think guilt is total because I wish some people would feel more because usually the ones who need to feel it don't feel it. That's the problem. The ones who actually should be feeling guilty don't, and the ones who shouldn't do.
Yeah, a lot of the times, like you even feel guilty when you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like somebody who should feel guilty towards you,
Yeah.
you end up feeling guilty for leaving them behind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucked up emotion and you should let it go. That's the moral of the story. um oh, I don't know who said this, but I wrote down, don't forget to share your heart with someone. Don't let your life become a shrine to your exes. I don't remember
Facts.
who said that, but I was
um,
like, oh.
yeah, I don't remember. Probably the friend. That sounds like maybe something the friend would say. I don't know.
Differences between bliss and happiness and chasing happiness. I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, chasing if you're chasing happiness, probably you'll never be happy because you're always once again looking to the future and if I just do this, I'll be happy. If I just do that, I'll be happy. But you could be happy right now with what you have because that might be all you ever get.
It's true. And then I have two last notes. What is your word?
Oof, I didn't even think about that. What is my word? What's your word?
I didn't, I wrote the question down, but I didn't answer it myself. I'm like, oh, I forgot to, because I was like, I'm going to marinate on this and I'm going to come up with a word. So that way I have a word for the podcast. And no, I did not do that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think like as I read it, I was like, oh, what would my word be? And I thought of nothing, so I just let it go. I didn't like her word.
What was her word again?
I don't
didn't even write
remember.
it down.
I don't remember what it was.
I want to say my word would be serendipity, but I feel like you have a lot of happy accidents.
Oh my god.
But
I don't know if I have a word.
it's a good word, serendipity.
So then why can't it be your word? Don't let a man ruin your word.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that'll be like my task for the summer. Find my word.
A good idea. I've already got my word on my body, so.
Mm. Last day of summer, I could figure out what my word is.
And then the last thing I have is things we've stayed up all night for. How she says like she stayed up all night for all different things, so why not pray or meditate or whatever she was doing?
Yeah,
She was
that's
praying,
how it
right?
ended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was meditating.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is meditation a form of prayer?
I don't I don't know. So I'm not going to answer it because someone who's very into it might be like, absolute,
Yeah.
shut up about something you don't know. But I would think no, because you're not supposed to be thinking anything, right?
Yeah.
So if you're praying, you're actively. I mean, I don't know. But me personally, I would think no, because if I'm praying, I would have to be thinking. Whereas I think you're supposed to just empty your mind.
Oh, speaking of that, prayer versus meditation and all that, what do you think about when she's praying at the beginning of the book and that voice comes into her head? That's her own voice
Mm-hmm.
telling her to go back to bed. But she relays that to speaking to God.
What do you mean? What do I think about it?
Like, have you ever had a moment like that? Do you
Yes.
really?
Yeah. But did I speak to myself? No. Like I didn't hear my own voice answer me.
No.
No, I did not.
Interesting.
But I definitely have been on the floor. Been on the floor, um, crying, thinking that this is it. You know who spoke to me?
Who?
My brother.
Oh.
My brother came into my room just randomly and was like, "You want to go golfing?" And I had to pull myself together because I didn't want my brother to see me like that. And then that I pulled myself. I really I enjoyed that part of the book. That was actually my favorite part of the book because I related to that part so much.
Yeah.
Because how she says, if that voice would have said, divorce your husband, this, that, and the other thing, blah 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 blah, it wouldn't have. It was the fact that it was go to bed. It was the fact that for me it was just go golfing because I was able to do that. I was able to just get myself together enough to go golfing to then get my, I did go back to therapy and I was put on, you know, medication, blah, 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 blah. And it was a whole big process, but
Yeah.
it began with just,
It allowed you to take that
let's go
one
golfing. That one, yeah, because I was on the floor.
little
I
step.
was on the floor looking out the window, done. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to die. This is
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There is no hope.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That is very true. That it was just go to bed.
Yeah, I love that. That's my absolute favorite part of the book, and I think that that's what made me. That's what would stick with me.
Was that in the movie?
I don't remember. The only part of the movie I remember is when David said, "Don't you want to give me time to miss you?" Because I was
And you
like,
said David Franco?
no, it was James
Oh,
Franco.
James
Yeah,
Franco.
yeah.
Oh God, James Franco telling you, "Don't you want to get?"
Don't you want to give me time
God.
to miss you? But I just remember being like, I don't know. Like I think like it just like something about that stuck with me for relationships. Like whereas like kind of like that's how it is with men sometimes. Like you need to always be prepared to like pull back because the minute you show how much you really like them, that's when it seems like, they cool off.
And that's why I hate it. Sorry, I'm in a very cynical place with that. Um, but anyways, do you have any other thoughts for India?
No.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like the bulk of my thoughts came from Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if more happened necessarily or like I don't know. But yeah, my first note is don't you think it's crazy that she just went and planned a trip and this man wasn't even expecting her?
Insane. But I think that's like maybe the type of personality she has. Like I know people who have said like, oh, they've just moved. Like they had no job, they had no this, they had no that, and they just moved. Like I could never understand that because that couldn't be me. I wish it could, but it can't.
Yeah. Um, not to make this a chat GPT thing, but I did ask chat GPT, because astrology tells you where you'll be best like living.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never been able to figure it out because I can't read my damn chart.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked ChatGPT to read my chart for me.
Yeah.
And it said like for creativity purposes and like professionalism, I got to move to San Diego.
Okay. That's not bad. The weather's perfect, right?
Yeah. And then it said like for happiness and like personal growth, Melbourne, Australia.
I don't think you'd be happy there. They've got a lot of creatures.
They got flying spiders there. I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't know if
I
you'd be
could live
I don't
there.
know if you'd be happy
Or
there.
Vancouver.
Okay. We gotta wrap this up because I gotta X chat GPT.
You got to figure out yours now. But anyway, my point for this was I was looking at a TikTok that said that he just up and moved because he
That's
felt a
what.
calling
Mm-hmm.
to this specific place.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, if you feel a calling to this specific place, there's probably something waiting for you
They
there.
say that I've seen a TikTok like that where it's like, oh, if you've always felt drawn to a specific place, there's a
Literally packed
reason.
up and moved and did not have anywhere to
Yeah.
go or anything
Yeah.
and just went. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here watching your damn TikTok, being like, okay, I got to do this, but how am I going to do this? I only got like $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I got to work a whole year just to be able to move.
Thought about it too, but sometimes I guess maybe it depends what type of. Because sometimes if you hit me at the right moment, I'm like, you know what, forget it, let's do it, let's go. And if that's the moment that I did it, I guess I'd be in it.
Um, I thought it was interesting that the man said that she looked so different because she looked happy now than the last time that he saw her.
Mm-hmm.
She also illegally extended her visa,
Yeah.
which was crazy. um, did you look up what the day of the week that you were born meant?
No.
Okay. ChatGPT is getting a lot of usage in this because I'm about to look it up right now. What day of the week were you born? Do you know?
A Sunday.
It is symbolic of spiritual significance. Light, knowledge, clarity, and truth. Your personality traits: charismatic and radiant. True. Natural leader. True. Spiritual seekers. Prideful and stubborn.
I think my pride's been hurt too many times to be considered prideful. It can be stubborn, maybe. Depends. Not really.
I was born on a Friday. You know, we're really like weekenders. This is why we always want to be wanting to go somewhere because I was born on Friday and you were born on a Sunday.
Yeah. And Sunday is my favorite day of the week, but Sunday's probably a lot of people's favorite day of the week.
For being born on a Friday is loving and kind-hearted, artistic and creative, cares no, not charismatic, charming, and diplomatic and peaceful. Overly indulged, sensitive, or emotionally reactive. That's true. I'm highly sensitive. I also overindulge. Look at all these books we're surrounded by. Because this is my new obsession. But anyway, I thought that was interesting that like they valued the day of the week more than like astrology.
Yeah, yeah.
Um Happiness is something you fight for every day, which is so true.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like I've heard that other places too.
I don't want to say it's like a choice, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like actively make the choice to be happy.
Every day.
Oh, now we're going to talk about the man.
Okay, that's all I wanted to talk about. Because I feel
I've been dying to talk. I'm glad you brought this up.
Because I feel like, didn't we just spend this whole book? All right, I felt like my mom reading this, because if I had went on this whole journey only to call my mom to tell her I met a man before my journey was even over, she's gonna be like, don't you think maybe you should take some, like, finish the journey. Yeah. Finish it up before you start with another man. Thankfully it worked out for her. But I felt like,
you felt cheated.
Not like, I felt like you cheated yourself.
Yeah.
Like, because it could have ended badly. Like, thank God it didn't. But it could have ended badly. And then you set out on this journey to heal yourself. And before you finished and saw it through, you allowed a man to, before you finished your divorce, you had another man. You I don't know.
Before you finished your journey, you had another man.
And I was a little
yeah.
Like I said, I instantly was just like, I mean, relatable.
I do think she rationalized it a lot, but she went on this whole journey to have pleasure, and she's depriving herself of pleasure in this way.
Yeah. And I also thought it was like, okay, he asked, do you want to have an affair? She said no.
And then he said, okay, enough of this.
Yeah, like,
yeah, because my first note about him was when he like lays it all out for her, and then she says that was the most romantic offer I've ever had, and I was like, was it though?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I didn't.
I remember. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I know he said something along the lines of like, it was something about like protection or something, and I was like, how is this?
He has a vasectomy.
Yes.
Well, no, I thought she was sarcastic when she said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she was being sarcastic. I hope so.
Because I was like, how is this the most romantic?
No, it was so not that I'm pretty sure she was being sarcastic.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, I felt like she, like, I wanted to see what, I guess it's a true story, so I guess she can't just do whatever. But I wanted to see what the happy ending would look like for you if you ended up, like, is that what it is? Your happy ending always?
Yeah, I think with she wanted what she wanted.
Because you know,
and as much as you try to like go and meditate and find yourself and find happiness in other things, you're still gonna want what you want.
Exactly, but sometimes you can't force another person to be what you want. So maybe we should try to figure out how to be happy without another person. Mm-hmm. Because what if he turns out not to be the type of person that she wants? What if it doesn't work out? Now what?
Also seems highly complicated, because at the end of the book she's like, we're gonna figure out how to make this work between all the places, and I'm like, you're complicating things a lot.
Yeah
You're gonna go to all these places,
I don't know,
to be with this man.
I didn't know how to feel about that, because I felt like I was happy that, like, I liked him. It's not that I didn't like him, but what are you going to do if it doesn't work out with him? Go on another journey?
I almost feel like it would have been more growth for her if she did just leave it as like an affair. Like, oh, I'm going to allow myself to have this.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know if she can, because I don't think that that's how she is.
But, and how she is what made her so miserable in the first. So that's like the big thing, is like, we did a 360. We weren't supposed to do a 360.
We were supposed to do a 180.
We were supposed to do a 180 here, honey. But I mean, thank God. Hey, it worked out. Cool. But what if it wouldn't have? You didn't finish your journey. And you told that man no, and then he said okay anyway. And that's That's
Yeah,
like,
didn't
what if
like
you would
that
have finished
either.
your
That really
journey?
gave me the
What if you would have finished your journey and then you guys would have met back up later?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying be alone because you don't want to be alone, but finish the race on your own. Finish what you started to do because I feel like you should to show yourself that hey, I did the but in the end that whole journey led to him, basically. That's how it felt reading the book.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like a great moral.
No, it felt like it ended with a love story, which cool, I guess.
Yeah. My last note is about the woman that was trying to take all of her money.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy, and I didn't like the one. Like I get what he was trying to say.
Yeah, so do I. But that was another thing
but
that kind of
there's
like
still not a
icked me
great.
out about him too.
Yeah,
Because I
like
was like,
regardless of why she's doing it, that still doesn't make her a good person that I would want to continue associating with.
yeah, he's like, don't let this turn you off of Bali and Bali people. She's still a good person. They just don't
And
know if they'll
how?
ever get anything
Yeah,
like
then
this.
that's not
So they
really a
take
good.
all that they can.
Yeah, that's not really a good person then. Like that's not how that works, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, Indonesia was weird for me. Like
The whole from start to end.
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest, because it had me like, is this man even like a real guru?
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't even remember. Does he just say this to every?
I know. I was thinking that. I was like
every white person that he sees because he wants all their money and
yeah,
stuff.
like I was like, wait, is he like a fake? Like I don't know. I did enjoy it though.
Maybe that last section was what made me like, because I was really into it the first two sections. I was like, oh, I'm about
Yeah.
this, and then that last section really like
Yeah, the last section kind of cooled it off for me too. But like I said, basically the crying on the floor, that's what got me.
yeah.
And I was happy to see it, end happily. Good.
Well, you got anything else to say on the Eat Pray Love?
Nope. I would give it probably 3.5 stars.
I think I rated it 3.5 stars actually. Let me double check because I have my log. Oh, I gave it 2.5. Because I was like, out of 5 stars, it's smack in the middle. 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I would give it like 3.5, just because I wouldn't want to give it a bad, but I felt like it started strong.
I think the 2.5 was literally because the ending was so.
But then again, I'm looking at the cover right now. Eat, pray, love. That's exactly. I should have known. That's exactly what we did.
Oh,
we
yeah.
ate, and then we prayed, and then we loved. I blame this on myself for not liking the book. It literally says the whole wow. Wow.
But if you also look at the cover, it's made out of pasta,
yeah,
rosary
I noticed
beads,
that.
and then I don't know what that is. Lettuce?
I don't know.
Flowers?
Flowers, yeah. Flowers for love. Yeah.
Well, it was a good time for what was it? It was a good time until it wasn't.
It was, when it was good, it was good. Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, it doesn't take us 2 months to do another one of these.
No, it won't. We'll be back.